28-inch seat, 438 pounds, $1,200, and an engine pulled straight out of a Ninja. That is one bike on this list, and your dealer has never once mentioned it. For years, every showroom has pushed older riders toward bigger, heavier, pricier machines they do not need. Meanwhile, the smartest bikes on the used market, the low ones, the light ones, the ones easy on your bones, sit there ignored. 20 of them, all cheap, all forgiving, all built around the same three things: a low seat, a light clutch, and a weight that will not fight you. Number 20 starts now. Starting with a bang at number 20 is the Kawasaki Vulcan 500 Limited. We are opening with a bike that time simply forgot. Built between 1996 and 2009, the Vulcan 500 LTD was Kawasaki's quiet little cruiser that nobody bragged about at the coffee shop, and that is exactly why it is still criminally cheap today. It never had a flashy AD campaign. It never had a celebrity endorsement. It just sat there, doing its job quietly, decade after decade, while everybody else chased the next shiny thing. Under the tank sits a liquid-cooled parallel twin, displacing 498 cubic centimeters, and here is the fun part. That engine is basically a detuned Ninja motor wearing a cruiser costume. It revs happily, it pulls smoothly, and it never once feels like it is struggling to get you up to comfortable highway speed, even two up with a passenger. Seat height comes in at 28 inches. Even wet weight is a featherlight 438 pounds, so hauling it off a kickstand or muscling it around a crowded parking lot takes no effort at all. Right now, clean examples are trading hands for as little as $1,200, topping out around $2,500 if you want lower mileage and a fresher paint job. Compare that to a new middleweight cruiser pushing well past $8,000. And the math here starts looking almost absurd, especially once you factor in insurance and taxes on a brand new machine. Here is the part most shoppers never bother to look up. That parallel twin is basically a detuned version of the engine Kawasaki once used in the X500 Ninja, retuned with softer cams and taller gearing for low RPM cruising instead of top-end screaming. That is the whole appeal here, honestly. This is the budget-conscious rider's dream, proven, forgiving, and shockingly nimble for something, with a proper cruiser silhouette and a genuinely low price tag. This is the right pick for the rider who wants classic cruiser looks without classic cruiser prices and does not care one bit about badge snobbery. But if you thought that seat was low, just wait until you see what Suzuki cooked up for riders who want to flat foot at every single stoplight without even thinking about it. Slipping under the radar at number 19 is the ultralight Suzuki GZ250. The Suzuki GZ250 ran from 1999 all the way to 2011, and it might be the most underrated commuter bike ever built in the modern era. Nobody talks about it because it never tried to be exciting, it just tried to be easy. And honestly, it succeeded completely at that one single job, which frankly is the whole point for a lot of riders. There is no cult following, no forum drama, just a long line of quietly satisfied owners who never bothered posting about it online. Power comes from an air-cooled single-cylinder engine at 249 cubic centimeters, paired with an upright seating posture that puts almost zero strain on your lower back or your wrists, even after several hours in the saddle running errands around town. Seat height sits at a low 27.8 inches, and wet weight is a shockingly light 331 pounds. You could practically pick this thing up with one arm on a bad day, or roll it out of a tight garage without breaking a sweat. Prices on the used market run from $1,000 to $2,000, which is less than most riders spend on gear alone in a single season. It is the kind of price that makes trying motorcycling again feel low risk instead of terrifying. That single-cylinder engine is a direct descendant of Suzuki's long-running GS and GN 250 family, a lineage that stretches back decades. Suzuki eventually phased this exact bike out in favor of the newer 250X, which tells you everything about how proven this platform already was. That upright posture is not an accident, it is the entire point of the design, and it shows in every single mile you put on it. This is the perfect fit for anyone easing back into riding after time off, or a rider who simply wants zero drama on the morning commute. Hey, quick pause. Imagine standing in front of a bike you want, the seller swearing it's perfect. That's where riders overpay by thousands on a $10,000 bike. Our buyer's kit tells you what it's really worth, your fair price, and when to walk away. A wrong bike costs thousands. This kit, just $49. The easiest money you'll ever save. Scan the QR on the right or tap the link in the description. Let's get that bike you've always wanted for even cheaper. Now moving on, simple is good. But what if simple came with a belt instead of a chain, so you never had to grease anything ever again for the rest of your riding life? Smashing maintenance headaches at number 18 is the Suzuki Boulevard S40. Produced from 2005 through 2019, the Boulevard S40 is a retro-styled single that looks like it rolled straight out of the 1950s, but rides like it was engineered yesterday, which is a genuinely rare and welcome combination in the used market. The heart of it is an air-cooled single-cylinder engine at 652 cubic centimeters, which sounds big for a lone cylinder, but it is tuned specifically for smooth, low-stress cruising rather than outright speed or bar-side bragging rights. Seat height is a comfortable 27.6 inches, and the wet weight comes in at 381 pounds, making it one of the lightest cruisers on this entire list. Full stop, and one of the easiest to simply live with day to day. Used prices land between $2,000 and $3,500 depending on condition, mileage, and how well the chrome has held up over the years. Given how few of these ever leave the driveway once bought, finding a rough one is genuinely rare. Here is the standout feature seniors specifically love about this bike. It runs a belt drive instead of a chain. No lubricating, no adjusting, no grease flung onto your good pants leg on a Sunday ride to nowhere in particular. Here is a fact that will make you look twice. Before Suzuki ever slapped the Boulevard name on it, this exact motorcycle was sold for nearly 20 years as the Suzuki Savage, making it one of the longest continuously produced single-cylinder cruisers Suzuki has ever built. This is the ideal choice for a rider who wants vintage style parked in the driveway, but genuinely modern, low-fuss upkeep in the garage. It is featherweight, it is retro, and it is nearly impossible to outgrow, no matter how your riding style or confidence changes over time. But our next bike takes lightweight to an entirely different extreme, with a V-twin heart that punches way above its genuinely tiny size. Punching way above its weight at number 17 is the Yamaha V-Star 250. Built from 1988 through today, an absolutely remarkable production run for any motorcycle on the market, the Yamaha V-Star 250 has quietly become the go-to starter cruiser for riders rebuilding confidence after time away from two wheels. And honestly, it deserves way more credit than it gets from the enthusiast crowd online. It runs an air-cooled V-twin at 249 cubic centimeters. Small displacement, sure, but it delivers that classic cruiser rumble without any of the intimidating heft that tends to scare people away from the bigger, heavier V-twin S on the market. Seat height is 27 inches flat. Wet weight is a mere 302 pounds. Genuinely one of the lightest cruisers you can buy anywhere in America today, new or used. Prices currently range from $1,500 to $3,000, depending on mileage and overall condition. Considering the original sticker price, decades ago, that is depreciation, working entirely in your favor for once. It feels like a big bike shrunk down just for you, and that sums up the appeal perfectly in one single sentence. You get the V-twin feel, the classic stance, and none of the bulk that comes standard with the bigger cruisers out there. This is exactly the bike for a rider craving that classic V-twin feel without wrestling 600 pounds of steel at every stoplight. This bike proves small displacement does not mean small confidence for the person actually riding it every day. Dealers rarely stock these in bulk either, since flashier cruisers sell faster on the showroom floor, which only pushes used prices lower for anyone patient enough to look. Next up, we are looking at a cruiser with a genuinely slammed seat that flat-foots almost anyone, regardless of inseam or overall height. Flat-footing the competition at number 16 is the Honda Shadow Spirit 750. Manufactured from 2007 to 2014, the Shadow Spirit 750 is proof that Honda knows exactly how to build a cruiser that feels substantial without punishing your knees, your back, or your patience at every single stop sign in town. Power comes from a liquid-cooled V-twin at 745 cubic centimeters, delivering real torque and that authentic cruiser exhaust note without demanding a wrestling match every time you need to lean it off the kickstand and get moving. Seat height sits at a remarkably low 25.8 inches, thanks to a slam touring saddle, and wet weight comes in at 503 pounds. Still very manageable for a bike this substantial. Used prices currently run from $2,500 to $4,200 depending on trim and mileage. That is a serious cruiser for less than most people spend on a decent used car down payment. The Spirit trim was Honda's stripped-down answer within the bigger Shadow family, built with less chrome and less touring hardware than the Aero and Classic versions sitting right next to it on the showroom floor. It is proof that comfort and confidence can come from the same single engineering decision made by a smart product team. This is the pick for shorter riders who still want a substantial feeling cruiser without ever standing on tiptoes at a red light. That low seat trick works wonders for shorter riders everywhere. But what if we swapped cruiser vibes for a genuine dual sport that can handle gravel roads without breaking a sweat? Or worse, your hip. Saving your back and your budget at number 15 is the Suzuki DR200S. Produced from 2015 to 2020, the Suzuki DR200S is the kind of bike that adventurous seniors keep telling each other about in hushed, excited tones at the diner because it genuinely goes almost anywhere without demanding a chiropractor visit afterward. The engine is an air-cooled single cylinder at 199 cubic centimeters, tuned for smooth low-end torque rather than screaming top-end power, which makes it wonderfully forgiving for slower, exploratory backroad rides. Seat height is 33.3 inches, which might require some leg swing, and wet weight is an astonishingly light 278 pounds. If you ever drop it on a gravel trail, picking it back up is barely a workout at all, even solo. Used examples run from $2,000 to $3,200 depending on year and condition. Parts are cheap, tires are cheap, and insurance is practically an afterthought at this displacement. This machine carries the DNA of Suzuki's DR trail bike lineage all the way down. It served as Suzuki's entry-level dual sport in America for years before eventually being phased out in favor of larger displacement machines. That featherweight trail capability is the whole draw here, and it never once stops paying off on a rough weekend ride. This is the right machine for the adventurous senior who wants to explore fire roads and forest trails without fearing a solo pickup after a tip-over. Light, capable, and genuinely fun on back roads and fire trails alike. Most shoppers scroll right past it, searching for something bigger and more aggressive looking, never realizing they just skipped the exact bike built for their actual riding style. But if you want that same lightweight trail confidence with fatter tires that practically refuse to tip over, keep watching closely. Refusing to topple over at number 14 is the Yamaha TW200, built from 1987. All the way through today, an almost unbelievable production run by any standard. In this industry, the Yamaha TW200 has become the unofficial king of campground, cruising among senior riders who just want stress-free, low-stakes fun on two wheels this weekend. It runs an air-cooled single-cylinder engine at 196 cubic centimeters, tuned for gentle, predictable power delivery at low speeds, exactly where most senior riders actually spend the bulk of their time in the saddle. Seat height is 31.1 inches, wet weight is a light 278 pounds, and used prices currently sit between $2,000 and $3,800 depending on tires and any extra add-ons. Most owners never sell theirs. They just quietly pass it along to the next family member who wants one. The signature feature is those fat, balloon-like tires. They provide unmatched stability on gravel, sand, and loose dirt that would send skinny tires sliding sideways in an instant. Those oversized balloon tires were not a styling gimmick. Yamaha engineered them specifically for stability on loose, uneven ground, and the bike underneath them has stayed mechanically almost unchanged since it first launched back in 1987. That stability makes it the perfect low-stress companion bike for slow, curious exploring around the property. This is the bike for anyone who wants a low-stress companion for slow, curious rides around the campground or the back 40. It practically will not fall over, no matter how hard you actually try. But our next dual sport gives you real, adjustable suspension travel for anyone chasing smoother rides over genuinely rougher terrain. Dialing in pure comfort at number 13 is the Kawasaki KLX250. Sold from 2006 through 2020, the Kawasaki KLX250 rewards riders who want a dual sport that can be dialed in exactly to their comfort level, rather than accepting a one-size-fits-all factory setup that never quite fits right. Power comes from a liquid-cooled single-cylinder engine at 249 cubic centimeters, smooth, torquey, and remarkably easy to modulate at low speeds around town or out on gentle trails. Seat height is 35 inches, wet weight is 304 pounds, and used prices land between $2,500 and $4,000 depending on year and fuel system, carbureted or injected. Either version will run for years with nothing more than basic, inexpensive upkeep. The standout feature is fully adjustable suspension, letting owners soften the ride height and stiffness to their exact personal preference and body weight. Kawasaki brought modern electronic fuel injection to this US spec model starting in 2018, ditching the old carburetor setup entirely and making cold mornings a whole lot less dramatic for every owner since. Fuel injection arrived on 2009 and newer models, adding even more everyday reliability to an already solid, dependable platform. This is the right dual sport for a rider who wants to fine-tune every inch of the ride to their own body and comfort level. A dual sport you can literally customize to fit your own body and personal riding style. It rarely shows up on best of lists either, mostly because it never had a splashy marketing push behind it, which is precisely why it stays this affordable. But our next entry brings genuinely plush suspension and full street manners in one incredibly forgiving package. Smoothing out the rough stuff at number 12 is the Honda CRF 250L. Produced from 2013 through 2020, the Honda CRF 250L is the dual sport that convinced a lot of skeptical riders that off-road capability and everyday comfort are not mutually exclusive. After all, no matter what the forums say, the engine is a liquid-cooled single-cylinder at 249 cubic centimeters, smooth and predictable, with genuinely forgiving low-end torque that never once catches you off guard mid-corner. Seat height sits at 34.4 inches, wet weight comes in at 320 pounds, and used prices run from $3,200 to $4,500 depending on accessories and mileage. Resale value stays strong too, so it is genuinely hard to lose money owning one. The suspension is the real star of this particular bike. Plush enough to soak up puddles and washboard gravel without punishing your spine on a genuinely long ride. Your back will thank you every single ride you take on this thing, no exceptions. It handles pavement, commuting, and dirt trails with equal, effortless confidence, day after day. This is the pick for a rider who splits time between pavement commuting and the occasional dirt road, and refuses to choose just one. If plush suspension and dirt capability got your attention, wait until you see the retro standard that skips carburetors entirely while looking like it time-traveled straight out of the 1970s. Picture it. You buy the bike. It looked clean. It sounded great. 3 weeks later, the bills start. A worn chain, tired forks, a service the seller never mentioned. That's thousands gone on a bike you already paid full price for. Our inspection checklist catches every one of those before you pay, walking the bike like a mechanic. Spend $49 now or lose thousands later. Scan the QR on the right or tap the link in the description. Don't let a hidden problem drain your wallet. Stealing the show on a budget at number 11 is the Suzuki 250X. Sold from 2009 to 2019, the Suzuki 250X is basically a time machine dressed up as a commuter bike, and riders who want retro looks without retro headaches keep flocking to it in genuine droves. It runs an air-cooled single-cylinder engine at 249 cubic centimeters, fuel injected for genuinely easy cold starts, and consistent running in absolutely any weather condition. Seat height is 30.3 inches, wet weight is 328 pounds, and used prices currently sit between $2,200 and $3,500 depending on year and paint scheme. That is a genuinely tiny price for a bike that still turns heads at every gas station. The design is pure retro standard, an easy step over height and excellent visibility in traffic that makes lane changes far less stressful than on a taller bike. This is the bike for the rider, chasing genuine retro charm without ever touching a carburetor float bowl again. Retro style with genuinely modern dependability humming underneath the surface. Shoppers hunting for a big cruiser usually skip right past this smaller standard without a second glance, leaving a genuinely excellent little bike sitting quietly on the lot. But our next bike swaps single-cylinder charm for a genuinely bulletproof thumper that goes practically anywhere you point it. Locking in a lifetime companion at number 10 is the Suzuki DR650S. Manufactured from 1996, all the way through today, the Suzuki DR650S has earned a near-mythical reputation among veteran riders as the bike you buy once and simply never sell, no matter how many other bikes come and go in the garage. Power comes from an air-cooled single-cylinder engine at 644 cubic centimeters, delivering serious torque in a package that remains remarkably easy to manage at any speed on any road. Seat height is 34.8 inches from the factory, but here is the standout feature. It can be lowered by a dealer or owner down to a much friendlier 33 inches with a simple seat swap and a lowering link. Wet weight is 366 pounds. Used prices run from $3,000 to $5,000 depending on trim and history. Even at the top of that range, you are still paying a fraction of what a new adventure bike costs today. The bike's adjustable seat height is a genuinely gift for shorter riders who still want serious long-distance touring capability without any real compromise. This is the right choice for the shorter rider who still dreams of genuine cross-country touring on a proven go-anywhere platform, bulletproof, adjustable, and ready for absolutely anything you throw at it, gravel or highway. Long-haul touring riders swap in that lower seat almost immediately and never look back once they feel the difference at every single stop. But if you would rather zip through city traffic than cross state lines, our next pick was built exactly for that specific job. Bringing modern style into the game at number 9 is the Honda CB300R. Produced from 2019 through today, the Honda CB300R proves that a small, lightweight, naked bike can still feel genuinely modern and engaging without any of the hunched-over sport bike posture that wrecks your neck on longer city rides. The engine is a liquid-cooled single-cylinder at 286 cubic centimeters. Smooth, torquey enough for confident highway on-ramps, and genuinely easy on the wrists at every speed you ride. Seat height is 31.5 inches, wet weight is 316 pounds, and used prices currently land between $2,800 and $4,200 depending on year and mileage. For a bike this current looking, that price genuinely surprises most first-time shoppers. The riding position is genuinely upright, giving you the modern sport bike look without punishing your back or wrists in stop-and-go city traffic. This bike belongs to Honda's Eneo Sports Cafe family, sharing its design language with the bigger CB650R and CB1000R when it finally landed on American shores in 2019. This is the bike for a rider who wants that sporty, modern silhouette without ever sacrificing all-day comfort in traffic. Modern looks, zero pain waiting for you the next morning. It gets overshadowed constantly by its bigger, more expensive siblings in the lineup, which honestly works out great for anyone shopping the used market on a budget. But our next bike brings genuinely European engineering and premium brakes into this exact same lightweight category. Offering European style on a budget at number 8 is the BMW G310R. Sold from 2017 through today, the BMW G310R lets riders enjoy that premium European badge without the premium European price tag attached to it, which is honestly the entire appeal of buying one used today. It runs a liquid-cooled single-cylinder engine at 313 cubic centimeters, tuned for smooth, confident power delivery, both around town and out on the open highway. Seat height sits at 30.9 inches, wet weight is 350 pounds, and used prices currently run from $2,500 to $4,000 depending on options and mileage. Considering the badge on the tank, that number should honestly be a lot higher. The standout feature is genuinely premium ergonomics paired with standard ABS brakes, giving you serious stopping power and genuinely comfortable seating in one small manageable package. This is the right pick for a rider who wants a badge with genuine prestige, without a price tag that requires a second mortgage. A little slice of European luxury for genuinely cheap money. Most riders shopping this price range never think to check the European badges at all, assuming wrongly that anything with a BMW roundel must cost a small fortune. But our next bike doubles the cylinder count and adds real highway muscle into the mix entirely. Unlocking absolute highway muscle at number 7 is the silky Honda CB500F. Manufactured from 2013 through today, The Honda CB500F is what happens when Honda decides a rider deserves real highway power without a heavy, intimidating chassis wrapped around it for absolutely no good reason. Power comes from a liquid-cooled parallel twin engine at 471 cubic centimeters, famous among owners for being nearly vibration-free even at sustained, long-haul highway speeds. Seat height is 30.9 inches, wet weight is 414 pounds, and used prices currently sit between $3,000 and $4,500 depending on mileage and accessories. Fuel economy on this one is strong enough to make road trips genuinely cheap too. That smooth twin-cylinder engine is the whole story here. Silky power delivery that makes long highway stretches feel effortless rather than exhausting by the time you finally get home. This engine does not stand alone either. The same parallel twin platform also powers the CB500X adventure bike and the CBR500R sport bike, all three built off the architecture Honda introduced back in 2013. This is exactly the bike for a rider who wants genuine highway capability without a heavy, top-tall motorcycle standing in the way. Most shoppers overlook this one entirely, assuming a twin-cylinder engine automatically means a heavier, more intimidating bike, when in reality it rides lighter than plenty of singles on this very list. Smooth highway power is great, but our next bike strips away every modern convenience entirely, and somehow that is exactly why riders still line up for it. Before we get into this one, if this list is already saving you money, hit that like button right now. It genuinely costs you nothing, takes about 1 second, and it tells the algorithm to keep putting content exactly like this one in front of more riders, just like you. Coming in hot at number 6 is the Yamaha SR400. Sold from 2014 through 2018, the Yamaha SR400 is the purest pick on this entire list. A genuinely mechanical motorcycle built for riders who miss the simplicity of decades long past and gone. It runs an air-cooled single-cylinder engine at 399 cubic centimeters, delivering smooth, predictable power without a single electronic distraction getting in the way of the ride. Seat height is 30.9 inches, wet weight is 384 pounds, and used prices currently range from $3,500 to $4,800 depending on condition and rarity. Limited production numbers mean clean examples do occasionally command a premium, so do not wait too long. The signature feature is a genuine kickstart, no button, no battery drama, just a satisfying mechanical ritual every single time you swing a leg over it and get going. It is light, stripped down, and utterly charming from that very first kick. This is the machine for the purist who values a mechanical connection to their motorcycle over any modern convenience. A true mechanical throwback in the very best possible sense. It is not for everybody, and that is exactly the point. The riders who want one already know precisely why they want one. But our next bike returns to the cruiser world with a V-twin heart built to gently relearn confidence. Coming in as an unkillable legend at number 5 is the Honda Rebel 250. Produced from 1985 all the way through 2016, the Honda Rebel 250 might be the single most iconic, beginner-friendly cruiser ever built anywhere. And its reputation for bulletproof reliability has only grown stronger with age and time. The engine is an air-cooled parallel twin at 234 cubic centimeters, gentle, smooth, and practically impossible to overwhelm even a brand new rider with ever. Seat height is 26.6 inches, wet weight is a light 331 pounds, and used prices currently run from $1,000 to $2,800 depending on condition and mileage. Decades of production mean parts are everywhere, and any competent shop can service one blindfolded. This engine is legitimately unkillable, and it holds its resale value better than nearly anything else on this entire list, year after year. This exact bike stayed in production for over 3 decades with only cosmetic tweaks along the way, before Honda finally retired it in favor of the larger, modern Rebel 300. This bike is lightweight, no frills, and endlessly easy to ride, decade after decade of ownership. This is the right bike for a brand new rider or a returning rider who wants zero intimidation and maximum confidence from day one. An absolute icon at a genuine bargain price nobody can argue with. Every single dealership in the country has sold dozens of these over the decades, which means parts, service manuals, and knowledgeable mechanics are never more than a phone call away. But our next bike takes that lightweight, low-seat formula and cranks up the displacement with a massive single-cylinder heart that eliminates chain maintenance entirely. Claiming the spot at number 4 is the unstoppable Suzuki Savage 650. The Suzuki Savage 650, later known as the Boulevard S40, enjoyed a legendary production run from 1986 all the way to 2019. It is the ultimate testament to the idea that if a design is perfect from day one, you don't mess with it. While other manufacturers were packing their cruisers with complex electronics and unnecessary weight, Suzuki just kept building this revolutionary, dead simple thumper for decades. The heart of it is a massive air-cooled single-cylinder engine displacing 652 cubic centimeters. Don't let that displacement scare you though. This bike isn't tuned to rip your arms off. It is tuned for low RPM, chugging torque that makes pulling away from a stop sign completely effortless and incredibly satisfying. Seat height is a beautifully low 27.6 inches, and the wet weight stops the scale at a mere 381 pounds. It is a full-size cruiser that handles like a featherweight commuter. Used prices on early Savage models are a steal, running from $1,500 to around $2,800 for immaculate garage-kept examples. The absolute best part for senior riders, it runs a clean, quiet belt drive instead of a messy chain. You can completely forget about greasing, adjusting, or ruining your favorite pair of riding pants with flying chain wax. This is the absolute right pick for the rider who wants a timeless, retro chopper silhouette with the absolute minimum amount of garage maintenance. It is light, it is pure, and it is ready to rumble for another 1,000 miles without a single complaint. But our next bike brings a genuinely neutral standard riding position that some riders swear is the single most natural stance ever designed for a motorcycle. Smashing the list at number 3 is the Honda Nighthawk 250. Sold from 1991 through 2008, the Honda Nighthawk 250 is the definition of a no-drama standard motorcycle, built for riders who just want to run errands without any fuss whatsoever getting in the way of their day. It runs an air-cooled parallel twin engine at 234 cubic centimeters, smooth, quiet, and remarkably easy on the joints at any speed you happen to choose. Seat height is 29.5 inches, wet weight is 320 pounds, and used prices currently range from $1,000 to $2,200 depending on condition and history. At that price, it is genuinely one of the cheapest ways into two wheels in the entire country. The riding position is genuinely neutral, natural on the knees, natural on the wrists, and natural on the lower back after even a long afternoon ride around town. This little standard was built on Honda's small displacement CB series parallel twin architecture, the same basic platform Honda sold under different names and markets, clear across the globe. It is the classic standard bike look at a genuinely unbeatable price point. Simple, honest, and endlessly livable, year after year of faithful ownership. Younger riders tend to overlook it completely in favor of anything with more modern styling, which is exactly why patient shoppers keep finding such incredible deals on clean, low-mileage examples. This is the right choice for a rider who just wants a dependable, honest standard bike for weekend errands and quiet Sunday rides. But our next pick brings modern sport styling with a surprisingly forgiving personality hiding underneath the surface. Stealing hearts at number 2 is the Kawasaki Ninja 250R/300. Produced from 2000 and lines through 2017, the Kawasaki Ninja 250R and its later 300 sibling prove that sport bike styling does not have to come bundled with actual sport bike punishment on your body. The engine is a liquid-cooled parallel twin ranging from 249 cubic centimeters up to 296 cubic centimeters, energetic without ever feeling unmanageable in traffic or out on the open highway. Seat height is 30.9 inches. Wet weight runs from 379 pounds to 384 pounds depending on year and model, and used prices currently sit between $2,000 and $3,800. Insurance quotes on this one routinely come back lower than what most riders pay for a single tank of gas each month. The geometry is genuinely forgiving on the wrists, aggressive looking, but shockingly comfortable in actual practice over longer rides than you would expect. You might expect to feel like a pretzel after riding this bike quite a distance, but instead you'll feel completely fine after a full hour in the saddle. It is cheap to run, cheap to insure, and endlessly agile through every corner it meets. This is the pick for a rider who still wants a little sporty attitude without paying for it in 𝐏𝐄𝐑 the next morning. Sport looks without any of the sport pain waiting the next day. And now we have finally arrived at number 1. The bike that somehow does everything right for senior riders all at once. Coming in as the ultimate winner at number 1 is the Honda Rebel 500, manufactured from 2017. Through today, the Honda Rebel 500 might be the single smartest purchase on this entire list, blending genuinely modern reliability with senior-friendly ergonomics in a way almost no other bike on the market manages to pull off. Power comes from a liquid-cooled parallel twin engine at 471 cubic centimeters, smooth, torquey, and remarkably easy to manage. In any riding condition you throw at it, rain or shine. Seat height is 27.2 inches, wet weight is 408 pounds, and used prices currently range from $3,500 to $5,000 depending on mileage, year, and trim level. Even at the top of that range, it remains one of the smartest used buys in the entire lineup, and it is exactly why this bike earned the top spot on today's list. Here is the standout feature that puts it above everything else on this entire list. A slipper and assist clutch that makes the lever pull feel almost effortless, no forearm fatigue, no clutch hand cramping after even a long, twisty afternoon ride. Your hands will not ache anymore, and that alone is worth the upgrade from your old bike. Add in genuinely excellent highway manners and a comfortable upright seating position, and you have got the complete no-compromise package sitting right there on the used market. Most shoppers still assume a brand new bike is the only way to get modern reliability, completely missing that this one has already been on sale for years. This is the bike for the rider who wants absolutely everything done right. Modern reliability, low seat height, and an effortless clutch, all in one single package. 20 bikes, 20 low seats, 20 gentle, forgiving clutches. Every single one built to let you keep riding instead of wrestling your motorcycle into submission every time you throw a leg over it and head out the driveway. None of these bikes are going to win a magazine cover shoot. None of them are going to impress anybody at a stoplight who only cares about horsepower numbers. But every single one of them was quietly engineered or has been quietly modified over the years by owners to solve the exact same 3 problems: a seat that lets your feet reach the ground, a clutch that does not punish your hand on a long ride, and a weight that does not fight you in a parking lot. Want to continue the ride? Click on the next video, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to like this video. See you on the road.